Even if President Biden did use an autopen to sign these pardons, they would be very valid. At this point, anybody who believes anything that comes out of this man's mouth without fact checking it first, I question you. You would think Trump would be rather busy with running this country into the ground or having car shows on the White House lawn than to be posting things like this on Truth Social. But here we are, the ghetto.
Blow a bag full of cash, like turn to the side, let me see. Damn, I think we all could agree. You and your friends, I done counted 2 or 3. And you looking even better here with me. We don't need no dinner, you the no boo. Tell me where you're from, girl, it's your local. Got a couple dollars we could blow through. Take a couple trips, yeah, I could show you. Jump in my Impala, get the backseat going.
That song you just heard is my new joint. It's called Blow a Bag. You can find it on all streaming platforms. Just search Hollywood, Blow a Bag. Send it to your friends. Add it to your playlist. Appreciate you for listening. Now let's get ready to get into what's hot in these blogs. First up, another day, another set of lies from your boy 4547, aka Trump. This time he posted on his Truth Social, or should I say Lie social platform, that the preemptive pardons that President Joe Biden granted to members of the House Select Committee, the ones who were investigating the January 6th insurrection and assault on the Capitol, 4547 is claiming that these pardons are now void and vacant because he claims they were signed with an autopen. First off, there's no proof that these pardons were signed with an autopen. Secondly, even if they were, they would still be valid. The Justice Department 2 decades ago said that a president can use an autopen to sign legislation, and also the Constitution poses very few limits on the president's pardon power. But like all things Trump, we can expect a sea of lies and a group of supporters who will believe anything he says, so you can expect that they will take this and run with it over the next few days. 4547, in his post, he said, I'm gonna partially read it. He said, the pardons that Sleepy Joe Biden gave the Unselect Committee of Political Thugs and many others are hereby declared void, vacant, and of no further force or effect because of the fact that they were done by autopen. He claims Joe Biden didn't sign them, and more importantly, he claims Joe Biden didn't know anything about them. He said, therefore, those on the select committee who destroyed and deleted all evidence obtained during their 2-year witch hunt of me and many other innocent people should fully understand that they are subject to investigation at the highest level. Now, the reason Biden even pardoned these people prior to leaving office was because he knew they would be under attack under this administration, so he wanted to get ahead of it. Some may wonder, what is an autopen? An autopen is a device that was patented in the 1800s and is used to replicate handwritten signatures. Presidents have signed documents and correspondence using an autopen for decades. According to the Smithsonian Magazine, Harry Truman was the first president to use autopen, and it was said to have been used frequently by President John F. Kennedy, but Barack Obama became the first president to use an autopen for legislation when he directed it to be used to sign an extension of the Patriot Act while in France in May of 2011. So nothing in the Constitution says the president can use autopen to sign pardons. And in fact, as I mentioned earlier, the president has very few limitations when it comes to granting clemency. And to double down on that, just last year, a 3-judge panel of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit found that pardons or commutations do not have to be issued in writing. They said, we readily determined that nothing in the Constitution restricts the president's exercise of the clemency power to commutations that have been rendered through a documented writing. They noted that a clemency warrant or indeed any writing is not required for the president to exercise this authority under the Constitution. So there you have it. Even if President Biden did use an autopen to sign these pardons, they would be very valid. At this point, anybody who believes anything that comes out of this man's mouth without fact checking it first, I question you. You would think Trump would be rather busy with running this country into the ground or having car shows on the White House lawn than to be posting things like this on Truth Social. But here we are, the ghetto. Let's move on. What else is hot in these blogs? I want to give a shout out to Claressa Shields. She's an undisputed professional boxer. She has many accolades under her belt, including being an Olympic gold medalist. She also is the only boxer in history, female or male, to hold all 4 major world titles in boxing in 3 weight classes. She is also the 3rd female boxer in history to become champion in 5 different divisions. There's also a movie out right now about her life and journey called The Fire Inside. Be sure to check it out. But Claressa's name made waves a couple weeks ago for the wrong reasons, and she was suspended after it was said she tested positive for marijuana. Claressa immediately defended herself and took another test that turned out to be negative, but she was still under investigation. and she has become victorious in her defense. The suspension was officially lifted by the Boxing Commission after the marijuana test investigation. Claressa took to her social media and posted a court order from the Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs, and she said officially unsuspended, but y'all a little quiet. Y'all was real loud about me supposedly smoking marijuana and being suspended. No worries, and still an undisputed heavyweight champ. I have the order to prove it. That's one thing about the internet, though, because when it was said that she was suspended for the smoking, everybody grabbed onto it. It was the talk of the net, tearing her down, everything you could say, right? But once a person is cleared, that part don't make its rounds as much as the negative part of the news. And if you know, you can have a false positive with a lot of these tests, especially marijuana ones. If you're around a lot of people who smoke, you sitting in smoke all the time. Pap could be a heavy smoker. She could be tonguing him down on a regular. Then they did the mouth swab and boom, positive. It's very possible. So that's why I want to give Claressa her flowers and congratulate her on standing her ground and clearing her name. And it also happens to be her birthday this week. So happy birthday, champ. And that right there is going to conclude what's hot in the blogs for this week. Thank you for watching. If you rock with your boy, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also, it's called Holliewood and Friends, which means I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the topics I just discussed. I appreciate you. New episodes every Monday night. Until next time, deuces.